multi-exclusive dimensional being called with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about Sun and Libra balancing out our actions, and Moon and Aquarius today. Emotional freedom, as far as us being free from emotional matters and not being too deep into our natures. But of course, we still got some planets in retrograde, so of course we got to make sure we clean up the puddles, make sure these retrogrades is not bringing resurfacing issues and problems back into our life. So of course we got to make sure we're going through these days with a free mind, clear space, so we won't basically repeat the same process all over. Of course, and this is for all zodiac signs too. Feel me? And don't get lost into the religious side of looking at a zodiac sign too, because you could be hating on one sign, but that sign could be your moon sign or basically your rising. So you gotta look at it as a bigger, broader perspective. And we all stars at the end of the day, but your spirit is basically creating these things, and you ain't these things. So remember that shit. Tight. We got Sun opposing Chiron, so basically we seeing ways to find ways of avoiding traumas, issues, or basically seeing where we can find our ways of having self-expression and regeneration dealing with this. As far as what took place in the past, Moon square Uranus. So this basically learning how to deal with emotional ties. We may feel the need to basically break away from family matters, be free from home, travel, expand, and get out of a rut, basically a routine pattern. Also Mars square Saturn. So that's basically learning how to basically have balance with our goals and our ambitions. It's one thing we may feel the need to start on projects and tasks, and it's another need where we may hesitate, which is procrastination. So you make sure whatever you start and make sure you take care of that shit. And Mars is cardinal and Capricorn is cardinal Earth. So you want to make sure you bringing your passions down to Earth. Feel me? It's one thing to basically have it up in high heavens, but you got to bring that shit down here. Also, we got Jupiter sextile Neptune, so that's basically spiritual faith, connection, dealing with ourselves and us globally throughout the worlds. Also, we got Moon sextile Chiron, so that's basically cooperation with our past trauma, and of course, we may be feeling the need to nurture other people dealing with their past traumas as well. And also, we got Mercury opposing Mars, so this is basically curiosity, impulsiveness. So we may feel the need to misunderstand people, the way we communicate and talk to people. This can also bring actions of opposing energy and arguments. So we got to be very careful, feel me? Because motherfuckers can die like that too. Also, we got Venus trine Mars. So this is basically achieving fruits and labors and love and communication with our fellow partners, as far as coming together and being with people that we find balance and connection with, as far as rising above. Also, we got Mars square Pluto. So this is basically learning how to heal with our actions and taking power and control and redirecting that towards our external purposes and having self-expression. This way, we won't be utilizing it as some shit where the media is trying to get people to get fixated on. So this also gonna kill motherfuckers. Because if you're listening to the news and you're basically taking all that shit that they telling you to do, it's gonna fucking detriment you, get you in a lot of trouble, possess you, type shit. Saturn conjunct Pluto. So this basically dealing with effort and goals blending together, of course. And this would also bring on good inventions, depending on how strong and how powerful we can utilize our self-control and our time, patience, and timing matters as far as what we need to do and redirect this. So it's a good time to basically take care of those conjunctions and try to have balance in between. Also, we got Neptune sextile Pluto. So this everybody being highly attuned to their spirituality, their ways, their ideas, and new concepts. Everybody's having a awakening during this time. We just left the age of Pisces, so we're in the age of Aquarius, emotional awakening, freedom, revolutionary. We need to take time and advice to utilize this in our own unique individualistic natures. Also, we got the Sun trine Saturn, so our self-expressions, connections, experiences that we utilize in this is a good time to basically shine this towards growth and abundance. And of course, you gotta have growth in order for you to move around in life. You gotta go through more experiences, whether that's here or within. Also, we got Sun trine Pluto, so this is basically self-will transformation, dealing with changes and also new experiences. And of course, you gotta have depth transformation in order for you to expand and get from point A to point B. And of course, you got to make sure you don't have too much things tied out. You want to make sure you be free so you can be open to more abundance and more ways of basically becoming an oversoul when you're in the third dimension. Also, we got Mercury square Saturn. So this is us resisting, having resistance towards the way we think and communicate, dealing with structure, dealing with reality. Everybody's mental mind state is basically they're learning how to basically get away, or people are just learning ways of getting lost into this world. So you got to pick one. You want to learn how to basically detach from all the bullshit that's going on. This way it ain't dragging you down, or you want to basically feed into this shit. You got to pick one. Also, we got Jupiter conjunct. What the fuck is that? Jupiter conjunct Saturn. So this basically dealing with growth and responsibility. So we got to have balance in between that. And then when we have balance with these two, we can basically create creations into our life. Also, we got Jupiter trine Uranus. So this basically dealing with creative intention, creative, inventive ways of having balance and uniqueness and bringing creations into our life. And also, we got Jupiter conjunct Pluto. So this basically dealing with inner gifts and creativity that we basically can push towards as far as finding it internally. And of course, when we utilize this into our best way of doing things, things that always go out into our favor. Also, we about to get into these energies. So if you got Aquarius in your first house, you're gonna be focusing on self changes and new ways of coming up with projects. So basically, the way you was dealing with circumstance situations when this previous moon in Capricorn was here, you're gonna find new ways to basically direct this in your uniqueness way, in the originality way, that whether you're dealing with people, places, and things. And if you got this in Aries, they're basically gonna be finding new ways and values to free up, and basically try not to be too hard on yourself during this time, because you know it's Mars retrograde. You don't want to basically overburn yourself and overrating yourself, so you want to be taking things very easily. And if you got a moon in Aries, you're going to be receiving this energy from people, places, and things for you to need to transform your way, because you're the reflection. The sun is the actions. Second, if you got Aquarius in the second house, you're gonna be dealing with personal values as far as like your money, cars, clothes, possessions, and things that you lust for. And if you got this in motherfucking, well, you know, Aquarius don't really, well, Uranus falls in motherfucking Taurus, so you're gonna find ways to basically live without having certain things in your life, but you're gonna be satisfied with having money in your bank account type shit. You may not be too overburdened as far as when it comes to possessions. As long as you got something to show for it, then you're gonna feel the need to basically be comfortable with this. And if this is in Taurus, you're gonna be find ways and values to free up, and don't be too fixated in your ways. Don't be too stubborn during this time. Find new ways and new changes to basically bring ways into your life. This way, you won't be too stuck and too stubborn about things, because you know. Also, Aquarius is a fixed sign, but this is also dealing with revolutionary purposes. And when we talk about Taurus, Taurus is fixated in their own way of doing things. So, don't be too stiff. Try to loosen up a little bit. If you got a moon in Taurus, you're going to be receiving this energy to change up ways and values of ways of doing things and dealing with things in life. If you got third house, when we dealing with the third house, Aquarius in third house, it's basically dealing with changes to your environment, the way you think and communicate, share opinions, and basically gossip about people, places, and things. And also, when we got this in Gemini, you're gonna be being free and outgoing and exposing certain things, and basically being on social media and interacting with people. And if you got a moon in Gemini, you're gonna be receiving this right back, and you're gonna be sharing this right back. Also, if you got Aquarius in the fourth house, it's basically dealing with home, private, caring, nurturing changes during this time. So you feel the need. This is a learning process also. So you gotta learn how to be free to avoid chaos during this time. Cancer and moon in Cancer, you're gonna be receiving this energy. So basically, be free from ways of showing your likely side, because you know this is a learning process. You may feel, if you was playing good seeds during this previous Capricorn moon, you're gonna be basically chill. But if you wasn't, you're gonna feel the need to basically have an emotional awakening. You might basically have mood swings, and you may just go crazy as far as dealing with people, or you just may not feel the need. You may feel the need to want to leave home, or basically stay home, or just find something to do as far as being free. But basically, don't be too hard on yourself during this time. A lot is almost damn near 6 planets in motherfucking retrograde, so be careful and aware of that. Also, when we got Aquarius in the fifth house, it's basically finding changes, dealing with your self-expression. So whatever wasn't working with you with the previous Capricorn moon, you're gonna feel the need to find new ways of basically being freed up and shit. You know, Aquarius and Leo don't really mix, but there's ways where things can be worked on as far as self-expression. For me, Leos they drive for the attention matters as far as not seeking attention, but seeking attention in their own way. And Aquarius is a little detached as far as not being too open and unique and rebellious, but they can be rebellious too. Both can be rebellious. But when we talk about Sun and Leo, it's basically learning to bring your light to the center of attention, and not basically looking at other people, places, and things as far as, oh nah, I don't really accept this. From you gotta learn how to share and be more innovative and basically, you know, be more unique in your own way and finding ways to basically connect with people that see you and appreciate you, and also you can appreciate them. This way everybody won't be looking at each other a little off and shit. But if you was playing good seeds, you're gonna basically be in that good vibration. If you was playing bad seeds, you're gonna receive the benefit. You're not gonna receive the benefit of the doubt. You're gonna basically feel the need to basically be dogmatic, and basically you might get into an argument or circumstance situation. Be very aware of that shit. Also, when you got Moon and Leo, you're gonna be receiving this kind of energy from people. Also, when we talking about Aquarius in the sixth house, it's basically dealing with changes to your daily life routine patterns. For me, you may feel the need, you may not want to work, or you feel the need, you may not want to take on too many responsibilities during this time. You want to be free into your work matters and shit. And of course, when you got this in Virgo, you're gonna be dealing with betrayal with others and shit, and not and you're gonna basically find ways to basically get out of these ruts and be detached from people, places, and things. And also, this is square, so you're gonna be learning. You're gonna be learning, finding new ways, and analyzing the details about other people, places, and things, and how you was a service to them, and they basically showing their ass during this time. If you got a Moon in Virgo, you're gonna be receiving this right back. Also, when we got motherfucking Aquarius in seventh house, it's basically dealing with changes with partnerships and shit. So you may feel the need to basically find new ways of how to communicate with your partner, or have balance and shit, or basically be open to new ways and new opportunities of new people, places, and things. Also, if you got this in Libra, for me, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of breakups, divorces. You may get cheated on, or you may feel the need to cheat, or you may basically feel the need to basically deal with somebody new, or you may just have motherfucking polytheism vibes and shit. But if you got a Moon in Libra, you're gonna be receiving this energy from other people, places, and things that don't see you in your best interest. So basically, be aware and playing good seeds. If you wasn't playing good seeds past Capricorn Moon, you're gonna be starting to feel a little pushover and shit. And of course, people get attacked by spirits every day, so it's not their faults. Also, eighth house and Aquarius and eighth house basically dealing with transformational changes. It's a conjunction during this time too. Or the Scorpios, basically dealing with deep bonds and trusting people and shit. You may feel the need to investigate circumstance situations that basically may just find itself, and you may be deep into that occult mysticism behind the scene type shit. If you got a Moon in Scorpio, you're gonna be receiving this kind of energy from others. Also, ninth house, when we're dealing with Aquarius, is basically dealing with changing morals and shit. This is a charm right here. So you got a gift and opportunity to basically be free and be open to other people, places, and things, other people for the philosophical point of views and shit when you interacting with them. Also, if you got a Moon in Sagittarius, you're going to be feeling the need to expand and grow your way of basically dealing with other people, places, and things. When you got a motherfucker Aquarius in 10th house, basically dealing with changes with your career, you may feel the need to switch up ways on how you were dealing with your career. You may just try to make sure you be more consistent during this time. You don't want to be too stuck into a rope, basically. And of course, with Capricorn suns, you'll be trying to find structure and balance in your life. Try not to be too stubborn and shit. Try not to be too bossy, because, you know, others may look at you strange and shit. And if you got a Moon in Capricorn, you're going to be receiving this reflection back from other people. Of course, when you got Aquarius in the 11th house, basically dealing with changes, revolutionary changes and shit. And of course, it's a trine, so you're going to be seeking freedom and shit, and finding commitment and solitude with other people, places, things that fit you in their best interest. If you got a Moon in Aquarius, you're going to be receiving this. And last but not least, when we talk about Aquarius in 12th house, basically dealing with universal freedom and shit, and also dealing with shady people, places, and things around you. So you may feel the need, you may come around shady people, but people may be talking behind your back during this time. Try not to feed into that. Feel me? People leave out of your life for a reason, so you want to make sure you continue to push towards changes and revolutionary processes and shit. This way, you will find who need to be in your life and find who needs to be out of your life. So if you got a Sun in Pisces, you're gonna be receiving this. Moon in Pisces, you're gonna be receiving this right back from other people, places, and things versus that. And I love y'all. Stay energetic and spiritual.